Hi everyone, I've made this video to help you improve your performance on those exercises where you're given a text and a number of statements referring to the text, and you have to say if the statements are true, false, or if there is no information given. This exercise is from an IELTS general paper test, and as you can see it says it's about a scarecrow competition. Now I've put down the side here questions 1, 2, 3, 4, etc. Just to indicate where the answers occur. So you can see from this that they're in a linear fashion. So the answer to question 1 is not going to be in the last paragraph. You're going to find the answers in the order in which you see the questions. And the questions are going to be like this. So it will say, do the following statements agree with the information given in the text? Write true if the statement agrees with the information, write false if the statement contradicts the information, and write not given if there is no information on this. So there you have the questions. Now the first thing to do is to read through the text just to get an idea of what it's about. Now you may not be familiar with the word scarecrow, so just in case you're not, this is what a scarecrow is. One of those things that you make to stick in the field to scare away the birds, and a crow is that kind of black bird, so that's where the expression comes from. Okay, now what I've done is I have cut the text up into paragraphs so that I don't have to keep jumping from the text to the question. So I've just inserted the questions under each paragraph so you can see more easily what I'm referring to. Okay, so here's the first paragraph and the first question. And the questions and the statement rather says, traditionally most scarecrows were the same size as a human being. Okay, so looking at the text, it says here, there was once a time when farmers all over the country put scarecrows in fields of growing crops. A traditional scarecrow was a model, usually life-size, of a man or woman dressed in old clothes, etc. So that's the important sentence, the one I've highlighted in yellow, and it says a traditional scarecrow was a model, usually life-size. So that now you have to think, is that sentence in the text, does it mean the same as the statement? Or is it the opposite of the statement? Or is it not really connected? And the answer to this one is it is the same. Most scarecrows were the same size as a human being is the same as a life-size model of a man or a woman. So that one is definitely true. Okay, moving on to the second, third and fourth statements. Number 2 says the competition in September was the first one in Maplehampton. And in the text we have Maplehampton's scarecrow competition took place on September the 12th. And that's all the information we have. Okay, so it doesn't say if it was the first one or not. So we don't know, so that one is definitely not given. And then it says number 3, the farmers who provided materials could take part in the competition. And the next sentence says local farmers supplied everything needed to make a scarecrow, like pieces of wood to form a frame and straw to stuff the scarecrow. The scarecrows were dressed in old clothes which the competitors brought with them. So there's nothing there which says that the farmers can or can't take part in the competition. So again, that one is not given. And then statement number 4, old clothes were supplied to the people who made the scarecrows. And in the text it says the scarecrows were dressed in old clothes which the competitors brought with them. Okay, so it was the competitors the people who made the scarecrows who had to bring the old clothes, they were not supplied. So that one is definitely false. Moving on then, let's just save that one for a moment. So statement number 5, the venue for the competition was changed because of the weather. And in the text it says, the festival was held in the village hall instead of outdoors as planned due to the unusually high temperature. Okay, so it says it was originally planned to be outdoors but was moved to the village hall. Why? Because of a high temperature, i.e. because of the weather. So the venue for the competition was changed because of the weather. That is true. And number 6, competitors could get advice on making their scarecrow. Now it says over 20 teams took part, each creating one scarecrow. They were encouraged by an audience of around 50 and had ideas and guidance from local artist Tracy Sanzo. So I've highlighted that last sentence. The people that were building the scarecrow had ideas and guidance. Now, is that the same as advice on making scarecrows? Well, yes it is. So again, that one is true. Okay, and then number 7, in the judge's opinion, the scarecrow dressed as an alien was better than the giant bird. Now the bit I've highlighted here says, the winning children's team made a scarecrow that looked like a giant bird, which would surely keep every real bird away. The winning adult team's scarecrow was dressed as an alien from another planet, and its face was painted to make it look very frightening, at least to human beings. So we've got a comment on both of those scarecrows, the one that looked like a giant bird and the one that looked like an alien. But there is nothing there to compare the two and to say that the one dressed as an alien was better than the giant bird, or that the giant bird was better than the alien. So again, that one is not given. Okay, moving on to the last two, 8 and 9. Number 8 says the competition organisers supplied a picnic for the competitors and spectators. And in the text it says, after the judging, many of the participants and the spectators had a picnic which they had brought. So the participants and spectators brought the picnic. It was not supplied by the competition organisers. So that one is false. And then the last one, number 9, it says Alice Cameron bought a scarecrow to frighten the birds away from her crops. And in the text it says Alice Cameron, a local farmer, liked one of the scarecrows so much she bought it to stand on her balcony. She said she didn't need it to scare birds away from her crops, as only bird scarers that made a noise were effective. She just wanted to be able to see it. So it's that, again, that line that I've highlighted. Alice Cameron said she didn't need it to scare birds away from her crops. So is that the same as Alice Cameron bought a scarecrow to frighten the birds away from her crops? No, it's the opposite. So that one is false. So that is how you should approach these kinds of exercises. Read the text carefully and see, does what's in the text, does it support and agree with the statement? Does it contradict the statement? Or can you find nothing which really says it's in agreement with the statement or contradicting, in which case you've got to go for the option not given. Okay, I hope that's been useful. I'll speak to you again soon.